So I'm using this Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden, and I'm using that as my lid primer. I'm applying it evenly all the way up to the brow bone. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and take the Carli Bybel palette from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to take this shade here. It's the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm going to use that as my highlight shade right under the brow bone. Alright, I'm going to take this fluffy brush here, and with this one I'm going to go ahead and grab this mauve color here, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my crease. Now I'm going to keep grabbing and grabbing more, going back and forth into that crease, blending back and forth until I reach the desired dark or depth that you want for that shade. I like mine to be a bit dark, so I'm going to go ahead and keep blending until I reach the desired color. I'm taking the Master Palette by Mario, the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm taking this shade here, Marina. In the palette, it kind of looks like a bronzy color, but once you take it out of the pot, it applies sort of like a goldish color. I'm taking that with my finger and applying that on my lid. So I have a preference to apply all my lid colors with my finger. I feel like it applies better. Here I'm just swiping it from side to side, and then I'm taking more color and patting it down. Okay, so I feel like it applies better like this. Alright, I'm reaching out for this dense brush. It's from Avon. It doesn't have a number on it, so I don't know what number it is. And I'm taking the shade Violetta in the same palette, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that in the corner of the eye. Okay, so just kind of to add some smokiness to this look. And I'm creating a V. And then once I've created the V, I keep grabbing more color. Again, until I reach the desired amount of color that I want, okay? So I like mine dark, so I'm reaching for more and more until I've reached the desired amount, and then I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next step, okay? Alright, I'm going to grab this color here, this is a Carli Bybel palette again, and I'm going to grab it with my finger, just add it to the center of my lid. I just wanted to add a bit of difference, if that makes any sense, to the look. Okay, so it just adds a bit more of light to the whole look. Okay. All right, and I went ahead and moisturized with the Avon Elements Moisture Boost Daily Moisture Lotion. It has an SPF of 15, and it's in normal. And I went ahead and applied the Porefessional primer from Benefit, and the foundation that I'm using is the Revlon Colorstay 24 Hours in the shade 150 Buff, and this is a combination oily skin one. I'm putting a whole bunch of dots on my face, and I'm going to use the Sephora number 56 brush. It's the Flawless Airbrush, and I'm using this one to distribute the foundation evenly all over my skin, and also helping me buff it out, blending it good, really good. As you can see, I had a whole bunch of imperfections, so I really like this foundation. It's not 100% full coverage, but to my liking it is, so I really like to use this foundation. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and use a concealer. Now the concealer that I use is from NARS. It's the Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this shade is Chantilly. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It says in Light 1. Okay, I don't apply it in any specific way. I just kind of put it on my face. I tried using this E.l.f. brush. It's an under eye concealer brush. I did not like the way that the concealer was being distributed, so I went ahead and reached out again to my number 56 from Sephora. Okay, so I'm patting everything down, blending it good, and then I'm going to use the Revlon Colorstay, my pressed powder in Chantilly-Light, and I'm going to go ahead and set my foundation and my concealer. I should probably use a different brush to set the under eyes, but I don't have another brush, so this is what I'm going to use for right now. On top of my brows, I sort of tend to get oily, so I went ahead and set it really good on top of the brows so I don't get that oiliness throughout the day. I'm going to go back to that mauve color that I applied on my crease from the Carli Bybel palette from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that back on the under eye. So on the lower lash line, I don't like it for it to be bare, so I'm going back to grab this mauve color, and I'm applying that under the eyes. Okay, now I'm taking my Chocolate Soleil from, I believe it's Too Faced Cosmetics. That's the bronzer that I have, and I'm sort of doing some type of contouring here, and I am not too pale, not too fair of a skin color, but since I am light skin, I don't like to use too much of a dark bronzer. So this is one that I'm using, and I'm applying it down at the bottom of my cheekbone, not my cheekbones, my jawline, just to sort of add some color since I did look a bit ghostly there. Now I'm adding at the top of my forehead as well, just in case I pick up my hair in a ponytail or something, it doesn't look like my head does not belong with my hair, okay? Well, anyways, I'm blending, just buffing it out. I like to just kind of buff it out a bit just to make sure that it doesn't look like I just planted the color on my skin, okay? So same thing on my jawline. I like to blend it upwards and move it from side to side. I don't like to just, you know, put the color down in one line. So I like to buff it out a bit, okay? Alright, so once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and grab my Rockateur blush. This one is from Benefit, and it's only one shade, so that's the shade of it. That's the color of the shade Rockateur. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab this this brush that I bought. It's an e.l.f. angled blush brush. This is a new brush to me. I honestly don't really like angled brushes for the blush, but I had to work with this one for this video, okay? So this is what the product looks like. It's a really nice color. I like it because it has a bit of shimmer in it already. So in case you don't add any highlight to your cheekbones or to your nose or things like that, you can just kind of go with the flow and just kind of keep the blush going, and that it should be enough, okay? Alright, so I'm adding the blush here to my cheekbone. I feel like the brush really did not pick up any product, so I keep going back into the pot to pick up more product. So I'm adding a bit more. To me, I feel like I put on a lot of blush, but I feel like in the video it doesn't really show up like that. Well, anyways, I keep putting more blush on, and then I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next cheek. My camera had died, so that's why now I have my hair straight. You're probably like, okay, why does this girl have her hair straight? Yeah, so my camera died. I had to wait for it to charge a bit before I came back. So I went ahead and started straightening my hair so I could show you guys the finished look. All right, so I'm almost done here. And then I'll be back to show you guys the finished look. Alright guys, so I am back. Okay, so I went ahead and did my hair, put some mascara on. There are no extensions, no fake lashes on my lashes. These are my natural lashes. Next time I'll show you guys, excuse me, a tutorial where I'll go ahead and put my mascara on in front of you guys so you guys can, you know, just make sure that there's no extensions, no fake lashes on, okay? And then just very quickly, the mascara that I use, which is my all-time favorite. I've used so many different ones, but I always keep going back to the same one. This is from Maybelline, and this is the Rocket Volume Express. Now just have in mind that I always prefer to get the Rocket Volume Express one, the non-waterproof one, okay? For some reason, I don't like the waterproof one. It just tends to stick to my lashes too much. Like if I try to add another coat or if I try to add another coat, it just doesn't work really well. So I try to not purchase the waterproof one, and I just use the regular one, okay? And then this one is in the shade Black is Black. I am correct? Yes, so it's the Black is Black one. And then I wanted to show you guys how I'm going to clean up my lips. Well, I just always go ahead and grab a Q-tip. You guys can opt to do it with the Q-tip, or you guys can just clean it up with your finger with a napkin, a wipey, or whatever you guys want to use. But this is what I always do. I just kind of outline my lips. Just to take off that foundation, that extra foundation that landed on my lips while I was doing my foundation. And on the bottom. Okay, and that is it. So since I did have the EOS lip balm on, it's not as difficult to rub the Q-tip on there. You could probably wet it before taking it off, but that's how I do it. And then the lip gloss that I've been using, or butter gloss actually, this is from the brand NYX, another drugstore brand. And this one is in the shade Cream Brulee. I'm not too sure if you guys are going to be able to see that, but it's in the shade Cream Brulee. There we go. Okay, so this is a really pretty shade. I really, really like it. I'm not really big on lipsticks. If I ever do wear a lipstick or a lip gloss, butter gloss, whatever, it's always going to be a really sheer color or in the pink nudie tones. Not really like a dark color like a red, you know, a brown, an orange, never. I feel like I have really, really small lips, so I just tend to stick to these kinds of colors, which I really enjoy. So yeah, this is the completed look. I hope you guys liked it. Let me see if I can do a close-up right here. So this is how the finished look looks like, and hopefully next time I'll do just I'll use one specific palette to do the whole shadow look from just that one palette, so I'm not like switching from one to another. That way you guys can, if you guys have that palette, you guys can try it out. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel, give a like, give some constructive criticism, whatever you guys want to tell me. I'm okay, I can take everything, so whatever you guys want to write it down below. And I'm gonna go ahead and take some pictures so you guys can see how it looks. So you guys can see that it's not as ghostly as it looks here on camera, but I'll go ahead and show you guys how it looks with flash and outside or like inside the house, whatever, normally, so you guys can see what it looks like. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.